Tucked away in the northwestern corner of Russia, the White Sea lies like a hidden gem. It's a place of stark beauty, where icy waters meet rugged coastlines. This inland sea is a part of the Arctic Ocean, connected to the Barents Sea by a narrow strait. The White Sea is relatively small, but its significance to the world is immense. It is home to unique marine life, ancient cultures, and breathtaking landscapes. For centuries, it has captured the imaginations of explorers, scientists, and dreamers alike. It experiences long, dark winters, where temperatures plummet and ice dominates the landscape. But with the arrival of summer, the ice recedes, revealing a vibrant ecosystem teeming with life. The White Sea is a testament to nature's resilience, adapting and thriving in a challenging environment. The White Sea plays a vital role in the lives of the people who live along its shores. For centuries, it has been a source of sustenance, providing fish and other marine resources. The sea has shaped their cultures and traditions, leaving an indelible mark on their way of life. Its importance extends beyond the local communities, as the White Sea is also a vital part of the global ecosystem. It plays a role in regulating ocean currents and climate patterns, influencing weather systems far beyond its icy boundaries. However, the White Sea faces growing environmental challenges. By raising awareness about the wonders and vulnerabilities of this unique sea, we can inspire action to ensure its preservation for generations to come. The White Sea is a relatively shallow sea, rarely exceeding depths of 350 meters. Its bottom topography is a complex mosaic of deep basins and shallow banks, a testament to the powerful forces that have shaped it over millennia. The White Sea's unique form is largely a result of glacial activity during the last ice age. As massive glaciers advanced and retreated, they carved out deep fjords and scattered the seafloor with islands and submerged ridges. This glacial legacy gives the White Sea its intricate coastline and contributes to its rich biodiversity. The deepest part, the Kandalaksha Gulf, plunges to over 300 meters. It's here, in the cold, dark depths, that some of the White Sea's most enigmatic creatures reside. In contrast, the Onega Bay, known for its numerous islands and sheltered bays, is relatively shallow. This shallowness allows sunlight to penetrate the water column, supporting a vibrant ecosystem of algae and plankton, the base of the food chain. The White Sea isn't a single uniform body of water. It's a complex system of interconnected bays and gulfs, each with its own unique character. One of the most prominent features is the Kandalaksha Gulf, a deep, narrow finger of the sea reaching towards the northwest. Known for its strong currents and dramatic underwater topography, the Kandalaksha Gulf is a haven for marine mammals, including beluga whales and harp seals. These animals are drawn to the Gulf's rich feeding grounds, where cold, nutrient-rich waters well up from the depths. To the south lies Onega Bay, the largest of the White Sea's bays. Onega Bay is shallower than the Kandalaksha Gulf and dotted with numerous islands, creating a sheltered, labyrinthine environment. The White Sea's intricate geography, with its contrasting bays and gulfs, is a testament to the power of natural forces and the diversity they create. Scattered throughout the White Sea are numerous islands, each a miniature world unto itself. These islands, remnants of the ancient glaciers that carved the sea's basin, vary greatly in size and character. Some are large and forested, offering refuge to a variety of land animals, while others are little more than rocky outcrops, home to colonies of seabirds. Among the most notable is Solovetsky Island, the largest island in the White Sea. Solovetsky is renowned for its historic monastery, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its role as a place of pilgrimage and spiritual significance. Another fascinating island is Key Island, located in Onega Bay. The islands of the White Sea, each with its unique story and ecological importance, add another layer of complexity and beauty to this remarkable sea. The The White Sea is subject to a dramatic cycle of freezing and thawing, driven by the extreme temperature variations of its subarctic location. During the long winter months, from November to May, the sea freezes over, transforming the landscape into a pristine expanse of white. The ice cover can reach a thickness of up to 1.5 meters, creating a formidable barrier to navigation. This period of ice cover has a profound impact on the White Sea's ecosystem. Marine mammals such as ringed seals rely on the ice for breeding and raising their pups. As temperatures rise in spring, the ice begins to melt and break up, marking the beginning of the spring thaw. The melting ice releases vast quantities of fresh water into the sea, creating a layer of less saline water at the surface. The White Sea, therefore, dances to the rhythm of the seasons, its cycle of freezing and thawing, shaping the lives of the creatures that call it home. Beneath the icy surface of the White Sea lies a surprisingly diverse and fascinating ecosystem. Despite the harsh conditions and extreme temperature variations, the sea supports a rich array of marine life, from microscopic plankton to large marine mammals. The White Sea's relatively shallow depths and unique geography create a variety of habitats, each with its own distinct community of organisms. The cold, oxygen-rich waters of the White Sea are particularly favorable for a wide range of invertebrate species, including jellyfish, sea anemones, and various types of worms. Among the most important inhabitants of the White Sea are the zooplankton, tiny animals that drift with the currents. These microscopic creatures form the base of the food web, providing sustenance for a wide range of larger animals, including fish, birds, and even whales. The health and productivity of the entire White Sea ecosystem depend on the well-being of these microscopic grazers. The White Sea is home to a small but remarkable population of beluga whales, also known as white whales. These iconic Arctic whales are known for their striking white coloration and their highly social nature. Belugas are medium-sized whales, reaching lengths of up to 5 meters. They are highly adapted to life in cold, icy waters, with a thick layer of blubber that provides insulation. Belugas are known for their complex vocalizations, earning them the nickname canaries of the sea. Beluga whales in the White Sea rely on a variety of prey, including fish, squid, and crustaceans. During the summer months, belugas congregate in the White Sea's estuaries and bays, where they feed and raise their young. However, the White Sea's beluga population is relatively small and faces threats from habitat degradation, pollution, and accidental entanglement in fishing gear. The White Sea provides important habitat for several species of pinnipeds, a group of marine mammals that includes seals and walruses. These animals are well adapted to life in cold water, with thick blubber layers and streamlined bodies. Among the most common pinnipeds in the White Sea are ringed seals, harp seals, and gray seals. Each species occupies a slightly different ecological niche, with variations in their diet, behavior, and preferred habitat. Ringed seals, for example, are the smallest of the Arctic seals and are highly adapted to life on and under the ice. Harp seals, on the other hand, are migratory animals, spending the summer months in the White Sea to breed and give birth. The White Sea's pinnipeds play an important role in the ecosystem, both as predators and as prey for larger animals such as polar bears and orcas. While the surface of the White Sea might appear stark and unforgiving, the underwater world is surprisingly colorful and diverse. The seafloor is home to a variety of algae, sponges, and invertebrates, creating a vibrant tapestry of life. Kelp forests, composed of large brown algae, provide important habitat for fish, crustaceans, and other marine organisms. These underwater forests offer shelter from predators, provide attachment sites for invertebrates, and contribute to the overall productivity of the ecosystem. Among the most striking inhabitants of the White Sea's depths are the sea anemones. These predatory animals attach themselves to rocks or other hard surfaces and use their stinging tentacles to capture passing prey. These fascinating creatures add a splash of color and movement to the seafloor, reminding us of the hidden beauty and biodiversity that thrives beneath the surface. For centuries, the White Sea has played a pivotal role in the lives of the people inhabiting its shores. Its icy waters, teeming with life, provided sustenance and shaped the cultural identities of the indigenous communities. From the Sami people of the Kola Peninsula to the Pomors who settled along its southern coasts, the White Sea has been a source of inspiration, sustenance, and spiritual connection. These communities developed a deep understanding of the sea's rhythms, learning to navigate its treacherous waters and harness its bounty while respecting its power. The White Sea was not merely a source of food and resources, it was woven into the fabric of their beliefs and traditions. Myths and legends about the sea were passed down through generations, reflecting the awe and respect these communities held for its unpredictable nature. This deep connection fostered a sense of stewardship, a responsibility to protect and preserve the sea for future generations. The Pomors, skilled seafarers and fishermen, played a particularly significant role in shaping the cultural landscape of the White Sea. They were known for their distinctive wooden boats, perfectly adapted to navigate the icy waters and shallow coastal areas. These sturdy vessels, often adorned with intricate carvings, were not only tools for fishing and transportation, but also symbols of Poma identity and craftsmanship. Their voyages took them to remote islands, across the Arctic Circle, and even as far as Norway, establishing trade routes and spreading their unique culture. The Poma's lives were deeply intertwined with the White Sea's natural rhythms. They developed an intimate knowledge of its currents, tides, and the behavior of its marine life. Their fishing techniques were finely tuned to the seasonal migrations of fish species and the challenges posed by the harsh environment. The cultural significance of the White Sea extends beyond its role as a source of livelihood. It has inspired a rich tapestry of traditions, art forms, and folklore. The indigenous communities living along its shores have incorporated the sea's motifs into their crafts, music, and storytelling. Intricate embroidery depicting marine creatures adorn traditional clothing, while folk songs narrate tales of daring sea voyages and the mysteries of the deep. These artistic expressions reflect a profound respect for the sea's power and a deep connection to its rhythms. The White Sea's influence can be seen in the region's cuisine as well. The White Sea, therefore, has not only shaped the physical landscape but also left an indelible mark on the cultural identity of its people. Their traditions are testament to a long and intimate relationship with the sea. The indigenous communities of the White Sea recognize the importance of protecting the marine environment that has sustained them for generations. Traditional ecological knowledge, passed down through centuries of observation and interaction with the sea, plays a vital role in modern conservation efforts. Local fishermen, with their intimate understanding of fish populations and their habitats, are actively involved in sustainable fishing practices, ensuring the long-term health of the ecosystem. These communities are at the forefront of raising awareness about the environmental challenges facing the White Sea. Their voices, rooted in a deep connection to the sea and a legacy of stewardship, are essential in advocating for responsible policies and sustainable practices. The future of the White Sea rests on the shoulders of these communities, the guardians of the frozen sea, who are committed to preserving its beauty and bounty for future generations. The pristine image of the White Sea, a realm of icy beauty and teeming life, belies a growing concern: the encroaching shadow of pollution. Industrial activities and urban runoff introduce harmful substances, threatening marine life and human health. Excessive nutrients trigger algal blooms, depleting oxygen and creating dead zones. Heavy metals and pollutants accumulate in the food chain, posing risks to all. Beyond the visible plumes of industrial discharge lies a more insidious threat: Chemical runoff from agricultural lands. Fertilizers and pesticides used to enhance crop yields find their way into rivers and streams that eventually flow into the White Sea. These chemicals, while intended for agricultural purposes, have unintended consequences for aquatic ecosystems. Nitrogen and phosphorus, key components of fertilizers, contribute to the problem of nutrient pollution, fueling algal blooms and disrupting the delicate balance of the marine environment. Pesticides, designed to eliminate pests on land, can have devastating impacts on non-target organisms in the water. Insecticides, for example, can kill off important zooplankton populations, disrupting the food web and impacting fish populations. Herbicides intended to control weeds can harm sensitive aquatic plants that provide habitat and oxygen for marine life. This chemical cocktail, often invisible to the naked eye, poses a significant threat to the health and biodiversity of the White Sea ecosystem. Section 3. The warming tide climate change impacts. The White Sea, situated in a region experiencing some of the most rapid warming on Earth, is on the front lines of climate change. Rising temperatures are altering the sea's delicate balance, impacting its physical properties, its inhabitants, and the livelihoods of the people who depend on it. One of the most visible impacts is the shrinking ice cover. The White Sea's ice, once a defining feature, is forming later in the year and melting earlier, disrupting the life cycles of species that depend on it. The warming waters also pose challenges for marine life. Some species, adapted to the cold, oxygen-rich waters, are experiencing range shifts, moving further north in search of suitable habitats. Others, less tolerant of warmer temperatures, may face population declines or even local extinctions. The delicate balance of the food web is also at risk, as changes in the timing of plankton blooms and fish migrations can disrupt predator-prey relationships, with cascading effects throughout the ecosystem. Section 4. Nets of neglect, unsustainable fishing practices. For centuries, fishing has been a way of life for communities along the White Sea. However, unsustainable fishing practices now threaten this resource. Overfishing depletes key species, impacting livelihoods and ecosystems. Destructive gear like bottom trawls damage habitats and capture bycatch. Bycatch represents a wasteful loss of marine life. Illegal fishing undermines conservation efforts. Addressing these practices is crucial for the White Sea's future. Section 1. A Sea at a Crossroads. The White Sea, a place of stark beauty, stands at a crossroads. Pollution, climate change, and unsustainable fishing practices threaten its future. The consequences of inaction are significant. Yet, there is hope. The White Sea's story is not yet fully written. Its fate hinges on our collective choices. Section 2. Seeds of Hope. Conservation in action. Across the shores of the White Sea, seeds of hope are being sown. Scientists are diligently working to understand the complex interplay of factors affecting the sea's health, providing crucial data to inform conservation efforts. Local communities, the stewards of this unique environment for generations, are taking ownership of protecting their natural heritage, engaging in sustainable practices, and advocating for responsible policies. Conservation organizations, recognizing the global significance of the White Sea, are lending their support, raising awareness and implementing projects to mitigate threats and restore damaged ecosystems. Efforts are underway to reduce pollution from industrial sources and agricultural runoff, implementing stricter regulations and promoting sustainable practices. Marine protected areas, carefully designated zones where human activities are restricted, are being established to safeguard critical habitats, allowing marine life to recover and thrive. Community-based initiatives are promoting sustainable fishing practices, empowering local fishermen to become stewards of their fishing grounds, ensuring the long-term health of fish stocks and their livelihoods. Section 3. A Shared Future, Our Collective Responsibility. The fate of the White Sea is a shared responsibility. Challenges here reflect global issues, showing our planet's interconnected health. Our actions shape the legacy for future generations. Preserving this beauty requires a shift in our relationship with nature. Education and awareness are paramount. Understanding our impact helps us make sustainable choices. Supporting responsible businesses is crucial. Engaging in dialogue and advocating for policies protects our oceans. The White Sea is ours to cherish and protect. It is a place of beauty, ecological significance, and cultural heritage. By embracing our collective responsibility, we ensure the White Sea inspires future generations.